Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. A man was arrested for investigation into assault after allegedly threatening a neighbor with a spike and threatening to kill his dogs. At around 6:45 p.m. on Wednesday, county sheriff's deputies received a report that two men were arguing in the 73,000 block of Sunny Slope Trail in 29 Palms. As part of their investigation into the incident, deputies report that one of the men, identified as Marcus Burrell Jr., a 20-year-old resident of 29 Palms, confronted the victim about his dogs. The victim told deputies that Burrell was carrying a large stick with a metal end and that Burrell shoved the stick into the victim's ribs, then threatened to kill the dogs before fleeing the scene towards Desert Trail. Deputies attempted to speak with Burrell, but he was not at his residence. They contacted him on Thursday, and he was detained. Marcus Burrell Jr. was arrested for investigation into assault with a deadly weapon that was not a firearm and booked into the West Valley Detention Center on $40,000 bail. A man in Landers was arrested for suspicion of domestic assault after putting a spider on his ex-boyfriend. Just before noon on Friday, sheriff's deputies responded to a report of domestic violence in the 300 block of Landers Lane in Landers. The victim told deputies that he and his ex, identified as Jean Daniel Vargas, 42, shared the residence and got into an argument about cleaning. The victim told deputies that Vargas placed an unknown spider on his body and that the victim had been hospitalized by a spider bite in the past. The victim also said that Vargas shoved him and that he was injured in the fall. Jean Daniel Vargas was arrested for investigation into domestic battery and has since been released on bail. Last night's 29 Palms City Council meeting featured public input, changes to original fund allocations, hearings on proposed budget revisions, and a cost of living adjustment for city employees. The meeting also approved fund allocations for local nonprofits. Reporter Hillary Sloan provides the specifics of the meeting.
The meeting began with a presentation to the 29 Palms high school basketball team, rewarding them with money for participating in the Recycling for Cash program. The council then swore in the current youth council. The council thanked 29 Palms High School for their partnership in the first ever international festival, which introduced students and the community to the city's diversity. Items removed from the consent calendar for discussion and public hearing included proposed budget revisions for the general fund for fiscal year 2024 to 2025 and interfund transfers, including $250,000 for the Animal Control Shelter Program and a projected expenditure of $14.1 million, with law enforcement services and salary benefits accounting for 70% of the total operating expenses. The Council will hold a public hearing to review the budget on June 11th for the adoption of a special plans budget. The Council discussed community event grants and approved allocating $30,000 for the food pantry and $20,000 for Reach Out Morongo. Lastly, the council considered a Woman of Color Global proposal to apply for a grant to partner with the 29 Palms Council to build a resilience center on a vacant lot at the corner of Cactus and Tumbleweed. For detailed information from this meeting, visit our website at Z107.7 FM.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Highway 62 presentation has been an ongoing topic of discussion for the Yucca Valley Planning Commission. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with more from last night's meeting.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission held a third round of discussions on outdoor sidewalk displays commonly found at secondhand stores in town. The commission drafted a list of potential regulation recommendations at previous meetings in November and May. Following a presentation by town staff, the commission agreed that outdoor sidewalk displays should have a restriction on maximum footage, and the permitting process should utilize the exterior color change and commercial design review application. The commission also considered potential regulations on mobile food vendors. As town staff noted, the California Department of Transportation will not issue any vending permit within its right-of-way. In Yucca Valley, no vendor can legally operate on sidewalks on Highways 62 or 247, the main traffic areas. In turn, the town will not issue a permit for commercial zone vending without sidewalks, which are limited in town. Christy Mueller of The Happy Cooker spoke during the public comment period. She noted the challenges posed by trying to operate a mobile food vendor legally in Yucca Valley. The commission considered her testimony and the staff's presentation. They ultimately agreed to further the discussion of ways for vendors to operate legally on private and designated public property. One suggestion by Commissioner Henderson was a long elk trail following its renovation to a public space via the Old Town Beautification and Sustainability Project. Chair Gerard Noonan spoke to public comments about his owning a restaurant in the unincorporated area of Joshua Tree, as well as how food trucks have enhanced the food scene.
I have built multiple brick-and-mortar restaurants, but I've also been a part of a lot of events that have a lot of food trucks. And the food truck in all my events enhance the event hugely. There are areas in LA, Smorgasbord, where chefs get their start down there to launch new products. And I think part of the wanting of a designated food truck area in the town, I think it's got a lot of merit.
I know economically it has to make sense. So it's a sensitive subject, and it's one that it's important to a lot of people.
Lastly, town staff provided the Planning Commission with a demonstration of the new Geographic Information System map. This tool can be used by the public to locate individual land parcels within the town of Yucca Valley and retrieve information about their zoning and pertinent development codes. Users can search areas by parcel number or address and can also filter by different zoning areas. Town staff anticipates the map will be published on a public site later this week. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
A teacher and student from 29 Palms Elementary School were honored for excellence by the 29 Palms Rotary Club earlier this month. On May 15th, the club named Tiana Bakos Teacher of the Month. 29 Palms Elementary Principal Nicole Trejo said that the kindergarten class by Bakos has the highest grades in math and reading. The club also named 6th grader Kellen French as Student of the Month. Principal Trejo said that Kellen is socially gifted and has a high level of participation. French and Bakos were presented with awards and gift certificates with their honors. The Rotary Club is dedicated to community service and world peace with 1.2 million members in 135 countries. This Saturday, we'll have you seeing stars in a whole different light. Here to tell you how to get up close and personal with some celestial bodies is amateur stargazer Robert Hayden.
This Saturday night, the moon's going to be at a waning crescent, and temperatures look to be lovely for a night of stargazing at the Joshua Tree Astronomy Arts Theater. Starting at 8 p.m. and going until 11, 5 seasoned astronomers will be scanning the night sky for star stories and tales of mythology. The spring and summer season have a multitude of celestial sights to see. Ursa Major, M51, the Sombrero, and the Hercules Cluster are just a few of the many wonders you'll be able to get a better glimpse of this Saturday. The Joshua Tree Astronomy Arts Theater features a large screen for easy live viewing of the stars, but there will also be telescopes set up so you can go see it with your own eyes and chat with the astronomers behind the scopes. The night will also feature a musical engagement with Lee Scott and art by the Black Hole Collection of Fine Art and eclipse photos by Mitch Miller. The star party is this Saturday, June 1st at 2601 Sunfair Road, right inside the Joshua Tree Lake RV and Campground. Gates open at 7:45 and the show starts at 8. It's $10 at the door, and please leave your pets at home. For more information on this event and the Joshua Tree Astronomy Arts Theater, you can see this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
And finally, if your kids want to learn computer science and robotics through the use of Lego, the town of Yucca Valley invites you to sign up for their summer Legomation class. The Legomation class will be taught by town instructor and STEM specialist Gina Brown, who holds a BA in Child Development and an MA in Human Development. The sessions will teach kids 5 to 10 how to build their own motorized Lego robot, teaching engineering, robotics, and coding. Computers and supplies will be provided, and participants will take their creation home. Pre-registration is required, and enrollment is $25 per class or $100 for the full series. You can sign up online at yucca-valley.org or at the Yucca Valley Community Center Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.